When the Dalek ship arrives, you will accompany us.
Oh, I'm sure they'll welcome me with open arms. I mean, they would welcome me with open arms if they had arms. Please, please. No offense meant at all.
Malfunction!
Right lads, how are you? We're back again, and today I'm going to be doing a review of this. Let me just get it over here. The Destiny of the Daleks set, with the 4th Doctor, the Michael Wisher Davros, and 2 Daleks. Let's just go over the detail of this set first. The front, very good. I like how there's a bit of like kind of weird lens flare kind of thing going on all around this. Obviously the set includes the 4th Doctor, Davros, and 2 Daleks. And it has all this kind of stuff around this lovely legal guff down near the end. A choking hazard. Small parts and small... Well, I don't know how that would even happen. How? Oh wait, oh that thing, yeah. So yeah, on the front, very good, lovely text, stuff there. On the bottom, if we move that very neatly, you see, again, set includes whatever, 4 posable action figures over here, though I don't know if it is. Then, if we lift this up on the side, yeah, that's not going to happen. So here we get a sort of brief on the 4th Doctor. Now the 4th Doctor, here's his legal here's all his kind of history. Obviously this is Tom Baker's Doctor, and the whole thing about he masked his brilliant and inventive mind behind a facade of bohemian eccentricity. And yes, he is the longest living. Well, I don't know. The Time War will would disagree with that, but in terms of television, yes, he is the longest running Doctor. Then we have the bit about the Destiny of the Daleks, where obviously this is about the 4th. If you guys haven't seen Destiny of the Daleks, I'll just give you a brief synopsis. The 4th Doctor and Romana, who is recently regenerated, go to end up back on Skaro, and they just end up discovering some stuff involving the Daleks and Davros. I won't tell you any other bits because you should find out for yourselves. And obviously across the top of the set, if we just zoom out of this, you can see that there is a board thing where it has all of the Doctors on top, all the classic ones, which is pretty bad for McGann because obviously right here they say the 8th Doctor 1996, should put in 2013 as well, or any of the audio times. Anyway, down the bottom we get a whole load of legal guff and a little bit of instructions about Davros' chair. Underground toys. God, I missed that. But yeah, down here there's this weird thing here. You know what it is? It's like a little... I think this is like a mark or something. Could be a mark. Oh, it's a Doctor Who mark with a TARDIS on. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this out and we're going to see what we got. Right. So, just wanted to do a quick thing before we actually get into reviewing the figures. Admire this beautiful backdrop they have right here. Also admire the fact that the Daleks in here look way too much like the Genesis ones. I mean, they could have just been that with a few little tweaks, but anyway, it's a very good background design. I mean, they still do this for the B&M sets, but this is this is a good example of like when you have to sell a figure. One thing I love that is really the selling point is having a nice little background here, which does make the figure a lot more appealing. And honestly, I wish I got this rather than the Revelation one back in 2012 when I was in New York. We'll get into that in a second. Right, so they're the box now, and yeah, pretty much they're grand, they're good. Pretty old, I assume, because they were released in 2011. So first off, we're going to start with probably the least sought after figure of this set, the Fourth Doctor. Now, looking at Tom, just so everyone knows first, I've kept the band on just to keep the scarf together or whatever, because I think his head's going to pop off if I move it. But if we come in a bit close, we see that Tom doesn't exactly fit on the head. This is the one from if you guys remember from a while back, the burgundy, the burgundy jacket and the cardigan one, which was his first appearance from season 12. I think they probably, like, obviously there's been the whole City of Death one that came out like a couple of years ago, and that had a much better head sculpt. I think I have the Shada version up on the shelf somewhere. But yeah, I think with this scarf and, this head, maybe they should have used something different. But the body on its own, I mean, the shoes are perfect, the pants, grand. Jacket, jacket is immaculate. The shirt is the right kind of one. I don't know if there was meant to be a waistcoat. Maybe there was meant to be a waistcoat. But yeah, just that head. On the back, perfect again. Lovely bit of detail on these sleeves. But yeah, probably should have done a better job at, maybe fixing the figure up. Maybe just put a more effort into the figure as much as the Daleks and Davros, who I am going to get on right now. Where are my Daleks? Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, here's Davros. It's very, Jesus, this lighting does not help him at all. But this is the I can't exactly remember the actor who played Davros in the story, but it's basically just the Michael Wisher Davros figure, just with a different skirt section and a different painted options and different bits around the headpiece. I think in the story, basically what they did was happens a lot on TV. They reused the casting of with the Wisher's head for Davros and plopped it on the actor who played Davros in this story. Now, it's okay. I mean, I know I'm never going to probably find the Genesis set anymore, so this is the only way to get a Wisher Davros perfect. He's okay. I have the Malloy Davros, so nothing's really different. I mean, he's got nice little details around here. He's got a very strange back here. He's got all this going around. Got his usual kind of chair thing. The headpiece, lovely little blues and reds and stuff. Different. Nice little control panel. All the switches have been painted. Lovely little silver design. And obviously he has the Dalek computer, we'll call it, which I think he uses to reprogram for like the Dalek's battle computer. Oh, it's a Dalek's battle computer, isn't it? But that's alright. Then we come down to the skirt section. It's been painted a little bit grey. I've noticed that. I don't know whether that's meant to be to say, oh, these are the Daleks or something. But no, it's alright. Obviously, you've got the they've done a few things around the skirt section, a few guffs and whatever, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, to be fair, the amount of times he bumped off the wall in that episode is pretty funny. Show a clip right now. But yeah, it's pretty good. Also, I've noticed here he has an opening hatch to get his controls. See if it works. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna break the set by just doing this. But nope, No, not gonna work for me. No. Okay. So that doesn't work at the moment, but yeah, it's pretty detailed. The detail is pretty good on the face. You know, I mean, it's definitely Wisher. I think if you really do want to get a Wisher Davros, I think this is your best shot at getting one. I'll give a link to the site where you can get this. Battle Computer, it's a bit of a weak one. I mean, that's the same ball that you get in the Keeper Tracker set you get with the little device. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a half and half really, but all in all, good enough Davros. Right, now we're on the Daleks. Derelict 1. I'm not going to really focus on too much because basically it's basically just a Genesis Dalek repainted. But let's take a look at the design. Okay, you know, I like the sort of design of the black. Like, I think they should have kept this design a little bit longer, but basically it's got the black base section kind of mixed in with the grey, and then all up you can see the grey, fully grey slats, which is kind of a weird thing. The eye stalk is just the generic 70s look. Because the one in Planet had it, the one in Genesis had it, all that kind of stuff. Even the one in Day had it, but yeah. Got the normal ring, got the normal bulb lights from that time. Not painted, thank you Jesus. The whole design of it is pretty normal, just your standard Derelict. This is pretty much just a Suicide Dalek without the things around it. I'll probably get that out in a minute, maybe, just to compare them. I'm not going to move the gun and the plunger because I think from being in that box for so long, they've actually stuck. I think if I try and push the gun in, I can kind of move it a little bit, but I'm not going to risk anything. But all in all, it's alright Derelict. Wouldn't really use that much FA maybe, but what can you do? Now let's move on to his brother. Right, so here's his brother. He's a bit stiff, I'm going to be honest. He's not moving these arms. Yeah, he's kind of doing the boogie. But all in all, he's good. He's the better design. I will honestly say that he is the better design of the two, because they actually did give this guy a little bit of a difference in terms of Dalek design. They mixed him a little bit, which give them black slats, a little bit of, around the skirt section they painted black, and then the bottom section is, the skirt, the bottom of the skirt is fully black, which I think gives it a nice, contrast to the grey. The other one was kind of too much, too over saturation basically. It's pretty good. I like it. Only problem is articulation stiff. It's because of the whole, obviously it's been in a box for 10 years. Might have to get a hairdryer onto it just to make this stuff move, but it's pretty good. I won't lie, it's a very good figure. I definitely would, recommend it to somebody to get. Out of the two that we got, I think this one was definitely the one I really liked the more, because there's more detail, and I think if you were to kind of place all of your Daleks over the years together, this will be one of them. So yeah, now that we've done that one, we're gonna do a little comparison just to get this video wrapped up. And yeah, there we go. So here's the Daleks. Now you can kind of see a weird pattern happening here. So here you have your bland, basic Dalek, right? Basic drone, whatever you want to call him. Then you get to this guy. He gets the black slats added, the bombs added. He's even got a better skirt section. I actually say that. And then you get to this guy, the commander, which has all of these bits, but with this added bit, which makes it a lot better. I like it. It's an interesting detail there, which I think definitely, to be fair, I think you need these three together. It sort of helps complete the set and just go, there's all the Daleks, there's, all the ones from that, one, you've got this one, that one. It's like, there you go, there's three of them, done. Great for display, great for figure photography. Anything more to do with it? I wouldn't say. I definitely say that this one, the Bomber Dalek, definitely is the one out of the three that would be the most sought after. I definitely think this one would be more for just, having a Commander Dalek or something. But other than that, yeah, just not really anything more. But let's move on to our next comparison, which is the two Fourth Doctors. Now let's analyze this a little bit. This is the better version for me, alright? I think if I can find the one from City of Death, that would be perfect. But if I can't, there's a little trick to this, guys. Take the scarf from this and plop it on here. And there you go. All fixed. One thing I would say, the head might be a little disjointed. But I think if I was to recommend any one for you to get, I definitely would say get this one. But maybe, if you can, try and get the City version, because they are very detailed, very good. But I think, like, if I was to pick any one of them, yeah, I would say that the Shadow one and even the City one hold a better candle to the torch than this one does, because it seems like they were kind of having trouble transferring over to the newer one, which was this guy right here. Then from this guy, which was obviously the burgundy kind of one, then the Seeds of Death one and all that kind of stuff, and the Pyramids of Mars version. They were still stuck on that one before moving over to the Shadow, City of Death kind of sculpt. But I think yeah, it's a valid comparison, and I definitely will be updating this figure a bit to fit more of the story if I can find another one of these scarves, because that would be very nice. So, yeah. Also forgot to mention the Doctor does come with his sonic screwdriver, so that's a plus. Right, so that's the end of this review, guys. You can find these on the Doctor Who store for $89. Bit steep, but if you want to get a very old style Doctor Who set with two Daleks, a Davros and a Fourth Doctor, this is one of your best choices. Also for a little sonic screwdriver, but thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these reviews. The third one went out, the third Doctor one went out a bit ago, so it's nice to be able to do these and just get them out every once in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully use this for more stuff. Hopefully, I hope. But yeah, see you guys in the next review or the next video or whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching.